After the credits roll, stick around to hear more about what happened next after the acquittal. Well, hey there, and welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a while, but we are back with an exciting new series where we bring you news, reviews, and interviews every single week. And since we have such a large and diverse global audience, we also do our best to cover films from around the world. So today we're going to be talking about a powerful film called Mangrove, which premiered at the 2020 London Film Festival. In the heart of Notting Hill, London, in the late 1960s, a vibrant cultural sanctuary thrived amid a predominantly white city. This is the true, powerful story of Mangrove, a restaurant that was more than a business. It was a lifeline, a cultural hub, and a home away from home for the Black British community. The film centers on Frank Crichlow, a proud and respected Trinidadian community leader, whose restaurant became a gathering place for artists, activists, and everyday citizens united by a shared heritage. But for the racist elements of the London Metropolitan Police, led by the vindictive and openly bigoted officer PC Pulley, the Mangrove was a threat to be neutralized. They began a relentless campaign of harassment, subjecting the restaurant to constant, unjustified raids and surveillance. The police would burst in, claiming to be searching for drugs, but their real motive was clear: to intimidate the community, to disrupt their lives, and to shut down a symbol of Black pride. Frank, a man of peace and reason, initially tried to appeal to senior officers, but his pleas were ignored and the harassment only intensified. When all other avenues failed, the community decided they had to fight back. Under the leadership of Frank and prominent activists like Althea Jones-LeCointe and Darcus Howe, they organized a peaceful protest march to the local police station. They were not seeking a confrontation, they were simply demanding an end to the racial injustice. However, that peaceful march was met with a disproportionate and brutal police response. In the ensuing chaos, 9 of the protesters, including Frank, Althea, and Darcus, were arrested and falsely charged with incitement to riot, a much more serious offense that carried the threat of years in prison. They became known to the nation as the Mangrove Nine. What followed was a landmark legal battle that captivated and divided the nation. The Mangrove Nine, a mix of activists and ordinary citizens, made the audacious and brilliant decision to represent themselves in court, turning the trial from a simple criminal case into a historic David vs. Goliath legal battle. They were up against a deeply biased legal system, with a prejudiced judge and a prosecution determined to make an example of them. In an epic courtroom drama, the Mangrove Nine bravely and brilliantly exposed the systemic racism and corruption of the London police, using the court itself as a platform to indict the justice system. Alright, let's talk about this film, shall we? First off, let's get into the performances. The cast is absolutely superb. As Frank Crichlow, he commands the screen with a quiet dignity and strength. His portrayal of a man who values peace but isn't afraid to stand up for what's right is incredibly compelling. Supporting him is a fantastic ensemble cast. As Althea Jones-LeCointe, she brings a fierce intelligence and determination to her role, making Althea a standout character who challenges the biases of the time. And as Darcus Howe, he delivers a powerful performance as the passionate voice of the community, someone who isn't afraid to speak truth to power. The chemistry between the cast is fantastic. You really feel the camaraderie and the sense of community that binds these characters together. The direction by is masterful. He creates a sense of time and place that is so vivid you feel like you're right there in Notting Hill in the 1960s. The film is beautifully shot and the production design is excellent. It's clear a lot of research went into recreating the era and the location. The costumes are spot on and the music is fantastic. The soundtrack perfectly captures the era and the mood of the film. Let's talk about the screenplay now. It's intelligent, well-paced, and emotionally resonant. The dialogue is sharp and authentic, and the film doesn't shy away from tackling difficult subjects like racism and police brutality. One of the things that really stood out to me was the film's commitment to historical accuracy. The film is based on real events, and the filmmakers did a lot of research to ensure that the film is a faithful adaptation of those events. This is important because it helps to give the film a sense of weight and importance. It's not just a fictional story, it's a true story that happened. Speaking of the historical setting, the film does an excellent job of capturing the social and political climate of 1960s London. The film shows how the Black British community was often marginalized and discriminated against, and it also shows how the police were often brutal and oppressive. Another thing I want to talk about is the film's exploration of themes of community and solidarity. The film shows how the Black British community came together in the face of adversity, and it also shows how important it is to fight for social justice. Okay, before we move on, if you're enjoying this video and you want to support us, then please consider supporting us through the link below. Your support would mean the world to us and would help us keep producing great content. Now let's discuss some of the weaknesses of the film. Some viewers have pointed out that the film is a bit slow-paced at times and that the courtroom scenes could have been more intense. However, I personally didn't mind the pacing of the film. I thought it was just right, and I also thought the courtroom scenes were effective. Overall, I think Mangrove is a powerful and important film. It's a must-watch for anyone who wants to see a film that is both entertaining and thought-provoking. Now let's talk about the film's legacy. Mangrove is a film that is sure to spark conversations and debates. It's a film that challenges viewers to confront difficult issues like racism and police brutality, and it does so in a way that is both thought-provoking and challenging. The film has already been praised by critics and audiences alike for its powerful performances, its strong direction, and its important message. And here is something interesting. Stick around until the end of the credits and you will see a real-life news footage of what happened after the trial. The verdict was a significant moment not just for the Mangrove Nine, but for the entire Black British community. The acquittal on the most serious charge was a major victory against institutional racism and police brutality. And the judge's acknowledgement of racial bias within the police force was a groundbreaking and necessary step towards accountability and reform. And of course, let's not forget about the impact of the film on popular culture. The film's release has reignited interest in the Mangrove Nine and their fight for justice. It's a story that needs to be told and retold, and the film does so in a way that is both gripping and inspiring. Overall, Mangrove is a powerful and important film that is sure to leave a lasting impact on viewers. It's a film that confronts difficult issues, but it does so with grace, intelligence, and a sense of hope. Alright folks, it's time to wrap up this video. If you enjoyed the content and you want to see more from us, then be sure to follow us. Until next time, stay safe and take care. Peace.
Text prompting viewers to comment and subscribe. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more updates on this developing story.